What's going on, everyone? It's Jaye the Black here. Another video. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about NFL player Stefon Diggs. He's 25 years old. He's been in the league a couple of years. He has become one of the best, young wide receivers in the game. Okay. Apparently, he broke up with his 41-year-old girlfriend, who he was seeing throughout the summer. As a matter of fact, she put up a post on IG stories about being single again, after she had been praising him, bigging him up on social media, only for him to dump her before the season starts because he wants to get his mind right for the season. Now, Stefon Diggs is no stranger to dating IG models and women on Instagram. Now, I will say this about Jaye. This is the 41-year-old. She's also an actress as well. She's been in a few things, but I think she's mostly known for being the baby's mother. Because yes, she is a single mom. She is the baby mother of Brandon Jennings. Now, let me give you a little bit of backstory on their situation, okay? Brandon Jennings has played in the NBA for a number of years. I believe he's out of the league now. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But he was actually engaged to her. Okay, but he ended the engagement, and and people asked him, and this was a couple years ago. They asked him why did he end it, and he said, what is the quote? He says, "I learned a lot today." And someone said, "What did you learn?" He says, "If you ain't married to her, she's everybody's girl." That's what Brandon Jennings said a couple of years ago when asked why he never married her. Now you fast forward, she's dated, ex-NFL player Darnell Dockett. She dated Nelly. Now she's dating a 25-year-old guy who was never going to marry her, never going to be in a long-term relationship with her. And he basically just, had fun with her and then moved on. Now I will say this too. Stefon Diggs, okay? He dated another Instagram model by the name of Winter Blanco. Winter Blanco actually makes videos on YouTube. She made a whole 20-some-odd minute video about the situation with Stefon. Right now, she took the video down because I remember I saw it and I went back, because I was gathering my notes and it wasn't there. So she had took it down. Now, that's a whole nother subject, but I will say this though. He left her because she literally cried in the store because she wanted a Chanel purse and he refused to buy it for her. Shout out to Stefon Diggs for that. Now, I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to say this. You're a 41-year-old single mom, okay? Why are you on social media trying to date these young NFL players who is not looking to settle down? Now, listen, if you out having fun, that's fine. But for you to put up a post to talk about how you're single after you were praising this guy for the last week or so, and now you're putting up posts saying that you're single, people are going to look at you like you really out here trying to chase you an athlete. You really out here trying to chase you a baller, and that's how it looks. It looks like that's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to settle. There was a guy who was willing to marry you. And let me just say this about Brandon Jennings. Brandon Jennings is, I believe, 29. She's 41. Y'all figure that out, okay? I remember Brandon Jennings all the way back when he was in high school. He was highly recruited. He used to wear the big old flat top. And here you have this 41-year-old who seemingly likes to date these younger ballers, man. Who's putting herself out there, who's announcing she's single, probably bent over backwards for Stefon Diggs, only for Stefon Diggs to say, you know what, the season about to start. I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be going to all these different cities. I'm gonna be partying. I'm gonna be having these IG models hitting me up. I don't want to be attached. I don't want to be attached. I want to be single again. Okay. Now, I got to give kudos to him because he's putting his priorities. He's having fun for the summer, but once summer is over, he's getting back into the mindset of football. And that's what these Insta models and that's what they have to understand, man. These guys don't take you seriously. You know, Brandon Jennings almost came close to marrying Tay Heckert, but he decided not to because he said, in his words, that if you ain't married to her, she's everybody girl, which means that she might have been messing around on him. When these women have a taste of notoriety on social media, man, they're going to go all out to make sure they exploit as much of it as possible. So I don't fault Stefon Diggs for saying, listen, you know, you're getting a little clingy, which I think it is. I believe that Tay got clingy. He was like, nah. He was like, nah. He said, I don't mind having fun. I don't mind we chilling together, but we ain't in no relationship like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you coming to the games with, you know, Brandon Jennings' offspring. Okay. I want to be able to focus on football. That's why the Winter Blanco female was making videos and being all uber emotional. And you know what's crazy? That same Winter Blanco, okay, she was in a relationship with another football player who she accused of putting hands on her. So it just shows you the type of situation she gets herself into. And I just want to tell this to all these IG models or women who look at these IG models if they're getting the best of the men that y'all want. These dudes use these women. They use them. They mess around with them. And that's about it. They don't take those situations seriously. Brandon Jennings was ready to wife up LaShante. He was ready to wife up LaShante, but then he realized how much she's really out here getting his listen, Brandon Jennings knows. Brandon Jennings knows what she's up to in the industry. Okay, Brandon Jennings knows if she's out here being flirtatious to people, because I know they're coming back to him and telling them that, you know. So I want y'all to look at the situations and the type of women that Stefon Diggs gets with. He gets with the older, you know, female who's a single mom who still thinks she got it. You know, then you got the crazy, you know, former bad girls club cast member who dates athletes. I want these women to understand, you're not going to get no monogamous, you know, relationship / you know, future marriage with these athletes. They're not marrying the mother of their kids. You think they're going to marry you? I highly doubt that. But they don't understand this. They don't understand that there is a wall. They don't understand that these guys don't want to play stepdaddy. They have money. They have, you know, resources to their disposal. They travel all around the country. Sometimes they go all around the world if need be. They have different women that they're exposed to. Okay, just because you have a nice body and you still have your looks, that does not mean these guys are going to put a ring on your finger, you know. And I believe she really thought that going into this season, she was going to be going to the games. She was going to, you know what I'm saying, be able to post pictures on social media of her at his games, cheering them on. I mean, she may still do that, but not in a relationship, because he don't see her like that. He wants to go into the season, focus on football, focus on smashing chicks here and there, you know, not being attached. He don't want to sit there and talk to you on the phone. He don't want to fly you out. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the level of thought activity rises during the NFL season. When these guys are on the road, when these guys are in different cities every week, there are tons of these chicks who are hitting them up. When they go to New York, when they go to Chicago, when they go to Dallas, when they go to LA, when they go to Miami, when they go to Atlanta, they're going to be females that are hitting them up. Do you really think that he wants to be attached to you? You and you know, in your already made family, I don't think that he's looking in that direction. And I think some of these particular females are very delusional. They're very delusional because they really believe that because these guys were wining and dining you during the summer when they had nothing really to do, that they think that's going to translate over to when the season starts. Now, maybe when cuffing season begins, or when it starts to get colder, maybe he'll give you a call. Maybe y'all will square things up. Maybe things will get back to where it was, but then that won't last. And that's because maybe Minnesota, because he plays for the Minnesota Vikings, maybe they're out of the playoff picture. That's the only way I can see that happening. But I think that this particular female, Tay, I think that she can do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to date younger guys, date young guys. I'm not opposed to that. You know, you got older men who date younger women. I'm not opposed to that. But it's the type of guys you're dating. You're dating a guy, okay, who is 25 years old and he's in the NFL and he's making a lot of money because I think he's recently just signed a contract extension. And he has not shown one iota of wanting to settle down, wanting to, you know, be a part of a ready-made family. He just hasn't. These guys do not marry IG models, okay? Usually the women that they are married to, they were with before those women even gained a following on Instagram. Because I'm not saying that these guys don't marry women who are all over Instagram, because they are guys. And let me just say this. Just like Brandon Jennings said about Tay, how she's everybody's girl, that's the same with some of these rappers and some of these athletes. If your girl is posting pictures with little to nothing on, assets all in the camera, you don't even see her face, bro, she for everybody. She ain't just for you. She for everybody. You're just funding her lifestyle. You're just somebody for her to be with. Because I recently heard a female, I think her name is Lovely Mimi. She talked about how she stayed with the guy that she's now leaving or breaking up with because she didn't want to be alone. And that's what the majority of these females, they want to be single, but they don't want to be alone. That's why they will marry or be in relationships. That's why you have women who will marry or be in relationships with NFL players or NBA players, athletes, rappers, whatever, while they are playing, because they get to live a single lifestyle while they're married. Because the dude is going to be gone half the year and they're able to just do whatever they want to do. They can travel outside the country. They can go out to the club every weekend. Everything is paid for. You know, they get to do pretty much whatever. They can post whatever on social media, because the dude ain't really focused on what she's doing. He's focused on what he's doing. And that's the lifestyle of a lot of these people on social media. And you have Tay, who unfortunately is putting up on social media that she's single again, and that's going to be her life moving forward. She's going to constantly be talking about how guys like Stefon Diggs, unless they shown that they're going to marry you, do not assume. You heap praise upon somebody who's already looking for an exit. If you want to see the full audio cast, make sure you go to the description box, click the link, and go over there and watch it. And you can also download the show as well.